So practitioner will be this level. Now if you look at this Bloom's level, so Bloom's level analysis and application 3 and 4. So you will be given a scenario and based on the scenario questions will be asked और वो questions आपको answer करने पड़ेंगे. Multiple choice here, but the level of questions is not 1 and 2 जैसे foundation में था. Foundation was knowledge and comprehension. They were just asking what is the purpose of starting up a process and configuration item record का purpose क्या चीज है and all those concepts वो final basically आपका foundation exam में था. This exam will be analysis and application. ठीक है?
Okay.
So slides you can read later on also. Whether the candidate can demonstrate sufficient ability to apply and tailor the PRINCE2 method. So apply, ability to apply and tailor. As successful candidate with suitable direction be able to start applying the method to a real life project. Individual project management expertise, complexity of the project and the support provided for PRINCE2 in the work environment will be the factors that impact what practitioner can achieve. ये आपका इसके objectives हैं. Now there will be 68 questions and 2.5 hours. 55% passing, open book exam, and questions will obviously be from Bloom's level 3 and 4. Quick review: 4 integrated elements, 4 integrated elements of PRINCE2. Project environment is one, which is where tailoring is applied according to the organization's specific things. So this is project environment. We have then the principles. 7 principles are Bangalore September. Continued business justification, learn from experiences, define roles and responsibilities, manage by stages, manage by exception, focus on products, and tailoring. So Bangalore September is the 7 principles. Yeah. Then there are 7 themes. So these 7 themes are theme business case, theme organization, theme quality, theme plans, theme risk, theme change, and theme progress. Then there are 7 processes. So these PRINCE2 processes: starting up, directing. Starting up जहाँ पे अपन feasibility कर रहे हैं. Directing is the board का process where the board directs the project and gives the day-to-day management of the project to the project manager. Initiating a project जहाँ solid foundation is being prepared for the project and a detailed planning is happening. Controlling stage: every stage is being controlled and the deliverables of the stage, which are work packages, they are being delivered. Managing product delivery is accepting the work package, making the work package, getting the testing done and उसको configuration item record बनाना. Stage boundary: when the stage is over, planning for the next stage and updating the status of the previous stage. And जब सारा stage खत्म हो गया, all the stages finished, then we move on to the CP, closing a project. And the fourth one is obviously the tailoring. So these are the 4 integrated elements of PRINCE2. This is the whole syllabus, and this is what is there in the manual which I have shared with you, some 400 pages manual. So that manual has all this together. So this 1 page summary is the whole manual altogether. So I hope now you are clear with these 7 principles, 7 themes, 7 processes and tailoring.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. So now let us move further. So learning outcomes है इसका. You should be able to apply PRINCE2 in the context. Apply and tailor the relevant aspects and apply the relevant processes. So again, learning outcome 1 में principles के बारे में बताया है. So these are the 7 principles. They have explained it earlier again. इसमें तो I don't think any question कुछ होगा. So all these are These 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, ये है, these are the manual references. If you want to know more about these principles, then you can read through the manual, and 3.1 through 3.7 are the places where you can find out the more description of these principles. Let's move further. Now, again, key message: PRINCE2 project has continued business justification for first principle. It's the justifiable reason. So you have to make sure that your business case is valid throughout. Second में, every project should learn from previous projects or should start gathering the experiences and learning from future projects. This is learn from experiences key message. Define roles and responsibilities. You should define the roles and responsibilities. If you remember, appendix C of the manual, that included the roles and responsibilities. So there are three typical roles: business, जो executive है; user, who is providing the specifications for what is to be delivered; and supplier, who is providing the resources and expertise to deliver what is to be delivered. Managed by stages. So when a project is planned, planning overall is difficult. So it is planned only till the stage जहाँ तक आपको दिखता है, till the point you can see. And once that stage is over, then you plan for the next stage. So manage by stages, breaking up the project into smaller stages. Obviously, this we read earlier, the choice of stages depends on jitna bada size and complexity of the project, or wherever you are. You remember there was a question in foundation, the number of stages depend on where the key decisions are required. So significant decisions and control point required. Because after every stage, the project manager has to create the end stage report, go back to the board and get the approval for the further stages. Organizational policies and standards. Some organization may say that a typical project will have minimum 3 stages or minimum 4 stages. That depends. So organization may be aapka, there could be some standards defined. And this also, there was a question in the yesterday's exam. There are minimum 2 management stages, एक initiation वाला और उसके बाद का एक delivery वाला. So there is one initiation stage and one delivery stage. These are the minimum 2 stages. Managed by exception is you set up the tolerances at every level. Whenever that tolerance is achieved, जहाँ वो tolerance आपका threshold achieve हो जाता है, then you need to escalate the issue to further level. Focus on product is definition for the delivery of products. You define the products and their quality requirements. It ensures that project only carries out work which is required and agreed. So if you remember, this was also a question. I'm not sure whether you remember or not, but there was a question in the foundation exam that which principle ensures that the project carries out the work which is required and agreed. ये वाला question था. And focus on products से uncontrolled changes को भी आप manage कर सकते हो, because if it is not written in your product specifications, you would go through the change control procedure. Reduces the risk of user dissatisfaction. Last one is tailoring. So it can be tailored to suit the project environment. For example, when your parents are coming from somewhere and you need to go to pick them from airport or maybe from the railway station, then obviously that is also a project, but you will not do everything which will be done in a traditional large scale project. For example, Delhi Metro. Delhi Metro type is a very large scale project and you need to do a lot of planning for that. Budget की time की अलग से planning, budget की अलग से planning, you will have the risk management planning, you will have all sorts of planning which will be there. But for a smaller project, just arranging a conference, you can do bare minimum things. So you can tailor the PRINCE2 methodology. First one, principles is over. Now the themes come up. So which themes to be done? So again, these I will go a little early faster because we already know all these terms by now. Key management products for business case theme. There was a business benefits management approach where the benefits, the expected benefits and disbenefits are documented, and they are tracked throughout the project and even after the project. The creation of business case. So this A1 and A2 which you are seeing here, benefits management approach ka A1, business case A2. This is appendix one number 1. So appendix mein first item is talking about benefits management approach. How does a benefits management approach look like? What are the contents of the benefits management approach? These could be the questions in the practitioner examination. Practitioner में वो आपसे पूछ सकते हैं the business case is being prepared, so which among the following would be a part of the business case? They will give you 4 statements and you need to look at which statement qualifies for which item or which particular heading on the business case. So you will refer to the business case, look at the question options and then answer the question. The roles and responsibilities will be there in the table 6.1. Key concepts, output, outcome, benefit, disbenefits. These are the items of business case. We have already discussed. कुछ question हो तो तुम मुझसे पूछ सकते हो. I can repeat that also, but I am assuming that you know all this.
हाँ जी सर.
Similarly, when business case को आपको implement करना है in the project, then there is a guidance which is given in the manual. So guidance for effective business case management is 6.3 in the manual. So it already talks about that. Organization theme में communication management approach है, which is 7.2.2 and A5. Recommended roles and responsibilities is table 7.1. Recommended project management team structure is also provided by the manual 7.12, figure 7.2. All these are given, and appendix C obviously talks about all the roles and responsibilities. So these slides are nothing but they are just a reference to the manual, because this could be an open book exam, so you can always refer कौन सी चीज कहाँ पर है. Once you start referring the manual again and again, you would remember. जैसे मुझे याद है, I can easily say if you talk about the product descriptions, बोला जी appendix A. If you talk about the roles and responsibilities, I'll say that appendix C. अगर आप बात करते हो प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड प्लानिंग जिसमें PPD, PDS, PDs, PBS and PFD बना रहे हो, then I would say appendix D देखो. So I remember most of the items in the manual, but once you are using it regularly, you would also remember most of them. Organization theme, this talks about the structure. This structure is similar to what is there in our 2 diagrams. ऊपर corporate, उसके बाद board, फिर project management की team, and then there are team members. So it talks about the guidance for effective project organization is given in the 7.3 of the manual. Quality theme, so it talks about product descriptions, PPD, quality management approach, quality register. The recommended roles and responsibilities are in 8.1. Key activities which are done in the quality theme are quality planning, quality control and quality assurance. 8.3 provides the guidance. Key management products for plans theme, project plan, stage plan, exception plan, team plan. For all these plan, A16 is the place. A16 में plan के बारे में बताया हुआ है सारा. Roles and responsibilities table 9.1 में है और recommended approach जो है 9.3 में है. 9.3 of the manual. Risk theme, risk management approach is provided in 824, 825 में risk register है. Roles and responsibilities 10.1 में. Recommended risk management procedure is given in the 10.3. So there will be guidance which is there in the 10.3. Similarly, change theme के products हैं, change control approach, configuration item record, issue register, कैसा दिखता है issue register, what are the items which are there in the issue register, how is an issue report created, because whenever there is an issue which is affecting any of those time, cost, quality, scope, benefit, risk, you need to escalate that issue to the board for their if it is going beyond the stage tolerance. So issue report अगर आपको बनाना है, so how will you make up that issue report? What will be the contents of that issue report? It is there in the 8.13. Similarly, product status account. Sometimes the board may ask you, give us a snapshot of where the project is going. Give us a snapshot of what is your product status account. So there is A18 which talks about the product status account. There are recommended roles and responsibilities for change theme which is there in table 11.2, and the types of issues which are given request for change, of specification, and problem concern. They all are there in the change theme. Obviously, this is your CAPDI procedure: capture, assess, propose, decide, and implement. So every issue, every formal issue, all informal issues will go to the daily log, but every formal issue will go into the issue register. उसको कैप्चर करोगे, उसकी प्रायोरिटी डिसाइड करोगे, उसके बाद उसे एसेस करोगे कि व्हाट इज द इफेक्ट ऑन TCQ SBR because of this change, because of that particular issue. Then you would propose the solution for it, give it to the board for them to decide कि करना क्या है, and then finally whatever is the decision coming from the board, you would implement that. So this is the procedure which is followed for the every formal issue. Are you aware of the ITIL?
ITIL.
हाँ, service desk पता है? What you understand the service desk?
No.
See, whenever the user has an issue, so for example, if you have an issue with your phone and the network is not coming, and if you call up the call center or the service desk, वो क्या करते हैं? They would capture the issue. They would decide the priority. They would assess the issue. If there is an FAQ already existing, they would apply the solution, or else the issue will go through till it is finally closed. So same procedure is there for change theme also. Change maybe it is change control procedure, issue and change control procedure. So this is quite similar to what you would see in the ITIL scenario, जो operations का scenario होता है. In the operations scenario, you also have this kind of, because whenever there is an service desk happening, whenever there is a service desk, there will be an incident management process in ITIL, and that particular incident management process is that you capture all the incidents, decide the priority, assess those incidents, उनका planning करो, root cause analysis करो, and finally give a solution to the customer. So for every incident, you have the incident management procedure, which is quite similar to this one, which is change issue and change control procedure. तो प्रोजेक्ट के केस में इश्यू एंड चेंज कंट्रोल प्रोसीजर है, और ऑपरेशंस के केस में व्हाट यू विल हैव समथिंग लाइक इंसिडेंट मैनेजमेंट. ठीक है?
हाँ जी.
चलो जी आगे. 11.3 विल टॉक अबाउट मोर अबाउट द चेंज थीम. प्रोग्रेस थीम में यू हैव चेक पॉइंट रिपोर्ट, डेली लॉग एंड प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट एंड स्टेज रिपोर्ट, एक्सेप्शन रिपोर्ट, हाईलाइट, लाइसेंस लॉग, वर्क पैकेज. सो एवरीथिंग इज सेम. यू रिमेंबर दिस वर्क पैकेज? ये वर्क पैकेज क्या चीज है? Let me just share with you the process model. देखो यहाँ पे
जो टीम को हम लेते हैं.
यस, तो टीम को आप जब बना के दे रहे हो, सो यू विल डिफाइन कि मुझे क्या चाहिए इस पर्टिकुलर डिलीवरी में. सो दैट वर्क पैकेज इज डिफाइंड. सो नाउ दिस वर्क पैकेज लुक्स, उसका फॉर्मेट क्या होता है, कैसा होता है? नाउ लेट मी शो यू द सेम वर्क पैकेज इन द manual. Work package is in the 826. So हम सीधा 826 पे ही चलते हैं. Look at this. 826 talks about the work package. Purpose क्या है? A work package is a set of information about one or more required products collated by the project manager to pass responsibility for work or delivery formally to the team manager or team manager. यानी कि टीम मैनेजर और टीम मेंबर को जो काम देना है, वो काम कैसे दिया जाएगा, वो काम will be given in the form of a work package. ले भाई ये पकड़ और ये बना के तुझे देना है. So now how does it look like? Composition. Date. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. भैया अब ये तुम्हें दे रहा हूँ और तुम्हें इस समय तक करके से देना है. सो डेट, दिस इज द डेट एग्रीमेंट बिटवीन द प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर एंड द टीम मैनेजर और हूसोवर इज द पर्सन ऑथराइज्ड टू डिलीवर इट. हु इज द पर्सन? बंदा कौन करेगा उसको? टीम मैनेजर और पर्सन ऑथराइज्ड. उसका डिस्क्रिप्शन, व्हाट इज द वर्क टू बी डन, डिटेल डिस्क्रिप्शन. भाई तुम्हें ये पर्टिकुलर फंक्शन बनाना है, या ये पर्टिकुलर स्लैब बनानी है किचन की, या ये पर्टिकुलर बालकनी की खिड़की बनानी है, एनीथिंग लाइक दैट. टेक्निक्स, प्रोसेसेस एंड प्रोसीजर्स क्या यूज की जाएंगी. डेवलपमेंट इंटरफेसेस, अगर उसका कुछ और प्रोडक्ट के साथ में एग्जिस्टिंग इंटरफेस है तो आपको चेक करना पड़ेगा। जैसे कि अगर आप एसी विंडो का डक्ट बना रहे हैं, एसी विंडो के लिए जो आपका विंडो एसी होता है उसके लिए आप वो स्पेस बना रहे हो और उस स्पेस में जितना ऑलरेडी गड्ढा खोद दिया गया है, सो देयर इज ऑलरेडी ए hole which is there, and now you are creating a wooden frame. So that wooden frame will have an interface with the gutta जो already खुदा हुआ है, the space which is already created. So this is what is development interface kind of thing. ऑपरेशन एंड मेंटेनेंस इंटरफेस यानी कि उसका कुछ बनने के बाद कुछ करना होता है तो that you also, for example, if you are creating a database and then it is let's say HRMS database, तो later on उसमें फिर data भी डालना पड़ेगा. So that would be something like operational things, how the data would be entered. So you are creating a database and additionally you would be creating some forms जिसके basis पे the user will be adding the data into the database. So that is what is your work package. There could be change control requirements, joint agreements, tolerances related to the work package, any constraints, ये सारी चीजें, reporting arrangement, problem handling and escalation, extract, references, approval method, all this is a part of the work package. समझ में आया? So what we have just seen is the work package details here. Clear? Hello? हेलो, फोन देना यार, फोन ही नहीं है।